I'm Willis Kimbel, and Look Back Library brought this magazine to reflect on Port Elizabeth in South Africa a few years back. And this was a beautiful skatable wall that had this little rim that you couldn't really ride up. So we looked at it, and then we went to the hardware store and we put a couple tracks down and then a couple sweaty African pushes into it. I got lucky enough to just scrape the tail on there. All the homies firing us up and just having a great time eating ostrich meat.
Who shot the photo?
Blair Alley shot this photo. It was keeping me hyped up. It was a little bit more of a battle than I would like to admit, but it was a great time.
And when do you remember seeing the cover for the first time?
The first time I saw the cover, I was on an independent trip in Colorado, and I was sitting in a parking lot, and Rhino came up to me, and he was like, "Yo, Willie, you got mail?" And I was like, "What?" And like, I don't get mail, let alone like on a trip. And then I opened it, and it was a wonderful feeling. Rhino gave me a big hug, and I was like, "Let's go rap!" It was fuel to the fire. It was good.
And whose magazine did this one belong to?
That looks like Jeff Kendall's subscription there. Yeah.
There on Bronson Street, huh?
Yeah, right there at the old cannery, NHS. This is my good friend Ari Landon's zine called Willow. And this was during COVID. We were bringing this ramp around and just, skating it all the time.
Yeah.
And we thought that thing would be a good lip to try to do some grinds and some airs on, and then didn't really think about that razor wire, but it ended up kind of working out better than, nobody lost a full finger.
Looks treacherous, yeah.
So, yeah, he shot this and then graced me with his cover, and here it is, Look Back Library, reviving it.
Willis, when you think about classic covers, mags you used to look at when you were younger, anything jump out at you as far as friends covers, just things that are just so vivid in your mind still?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of them. The first one when you ask that jumps out is how you have one of those mags one times that like stays with you, and it's on all the tops of your toilet and on the living room, the kitchen table, everywhere in your house. It just somehow never goes away. I had one that was Al Parton and Back Smith in a pool. It must have been like 2000 or 2002 or something.
2002.
Was it 2002? And big blue pool with a pentagram, and I just remember being like, yes, that's way before I was on Creature and everything. And I remember too, that mag was so thick.
That was the thickest year Transworld made, 2002.
Yeah, and so that was one that was like, that was like one of my favorite covers.
And Al was telling us that was the first time Transworld had a guy skating a pool on the cover in years, and it had a really large pool skating article in it as well.
That sounds about right, because that's probably why I was so hyped on it, because I was like, whoa, there's a pool on the front, wow!
Yeah, that was a rare thing in 2002.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was one of my heaviest hits. I think here. Recent one that's somehow just, not somehow, it's obvious why, it's Grasso's Andrick, just old school photo. Maybe, I don't know who shot it, maybe Bryce or something.
Bryce did.
Yeah. And it's just got a red frame. That one is a heavy inspo.
For
that
sure.
one gets me out the door. I don't have to read the mag even. I'll just look at it and I'm like, yep.